Why did you become a recording artist?
I became a recording artist like because I love to rap. You feel me? For fun, for pure fun, for real. That's why I had started it.
Now, when it comes to rap music, how did you get into that genre specifically?
I got into that genre because I grew up on like the trap rap. You feel me? That's what I grew up on, and then the type of music naturally, of course, we started rapping on them type beats. First beat I rapped on Gucci Man beat. You feel me? Like so naturally, I started making that type of music. You feel me? As the time went on.
Remember what that beat was exactly?
Oh yeah, Gucci Man Trap House. In the Trap House. That was the first beat I rapped on ever in life.
What was the reaction after you?
That shit wasn't talking about nothing for real, for real. But it wasn't talking about nothing. But that shit was hard though for what it was. But the second song I made with my dog Mondo, we dropped that motherfucker on Facebook. Everybody was like, "But y'all niggas need to take that shit serious." But we was bullshitting.
What was the name of that song?
Party hard.
And that was you featuring Mondo or
That
Mondo
was
featuring you?
Mondo on the hook. I just had a verse on that motherfucker. Yep.
But was it his song or your song?
It was like both our songs for real.
Is that song still available if people want to hear it today?
I don't know, but it is some real old shit from when I was in high school. It's floating around out there. You just gotta know. If you know, you could find it. But before that shit get deleted, because as soon as I figure out how, it's gone.
And what high school did you end up attending?
Salem High School. It was in Rockdale County.
Graduated from that as well?
Yep.
Now, when it comes to rap music, was that the first genre of music you encountered in life?
Yeah, R&B, rap, Rick, Bob Marley.
Which one
Shit
came
like that.
first?
It would have to be like rap and R&B together. You know how it go kind of hand in hand. Radio type music, like both sides. My folks was listening to all of it.
And you're referring to your mother and father?
Yup. Mom, dudes, and my pops, yeah.
And are they still together today?
For sure. They still together. Been together for years. I don't want to say the wrong number, but yeah, for sure.
Did they end up getting married?
Yeah, they been married for years. Mm-hmm. It's got to be over 20-some years.
Now, when it came to, and you named a couple artists. You named Gucci Man was the first beat you ever jumped on. And you named Bob Marley and another recording artist when it came to R&B and things of that nature that you encountered as far as genres of music first. But were any of these names you just mentioned your musical inspirations or influences as well? And if not, who was?
Gucci was one of them for sure, because, growing up on the East, just listening to Gucci, of course, that was a big inspiration. And I say really a lot of the trap rap, like Southern trap rap, like Jeezy, T.I., Boosie, you feel me, Gucci, Future. Like when I got in about 8th, 9th grade, you feel me, he played a heavy part of the influence too.
Now, of these names you just mentioned, do you remember how you discovered them, or did someone put you on to any of them?
Like Jeezy and T.I. and Gucci, it was just like, I just discovered them, I guess, just because it was just being in Atlanta, you feel me? It's like, how could you not know? But like Boosie, going with my cousins in Mississippi, Mississippi was going crazy about that Boosie, you feel me? So that's how I had kind of like got on with the Boosie like that, you feel me? And Future, that was another, he from the East, so that shit was like, you feel me? Everybody just knew.
Now, have you had a chance to personally meet any of these names you've mentioned in this interview thus far?
Boosie.
Do you remember where? Do you remember when?
Yeah, I met Boosie at this show in South Carolina. I had a show in South Carolina, and he was on the show too. And I had chopped it up with him, man. Boosie, a real one. And I bumped into him again a couple times after that. Mm-hmm.
And was this before or after the Authentic Empire?
Oh, this was after.
Okay.
Yeah. This was like maybe a couple months ago, like 2 months ago.
And When it comes to rapping, what was that learning process like for you? How did you learn how to rap?
Um, well, I started rapping probably in like, I used to write raps as a little kid, you feel me? Even in third grade and shit, I was writing raps. But when I first started recording, about like 10th, maybe ninth grade, um, I just was rapping like, I guess just writing raps down, you feel me? And then recording it. Then as time went on longer, um, I started punching in. The first people I saw punch in rap no cap was Travis Porter. I was in a yo with my dog Mundo. They were punching in bar for bar rapping. I was like, man, shit, I'm finna start seeing what that shit talking about like. And then from then on, I was kind of like doing it like that. And when we was recording with ourselves, like recording ourselves, we was punching in, you feel me? But so like that. And from then on, it was just repetition really over the years, just rapping. And I was recording myself too, so.
How'd you learn how to record yourself?
Um, my partner, my dog Archer, he I was kind of familiar with it already just over the year because my brother, he knew how to record. My dog Mondo knew how to record. My other partner, really down there, everybody except me knew how to do it. And then so I got my partner, he fixed up my MacBook, you feel me, my desktop, I mean, and he set me all the presets and shit. And I just learned from there. I just every day or record a song. All I did was like drag the tracks, you feel me? So that's how I really got familiar with it.
What elementary school did you attend?
I went to Pine Ridge Elementary in Stone Mountain.
And that was the only elementary you went to?
Yep.
And when it came to learning how to rap, would you say it was self-taught?
Yeah. Yeah, I self-taught it.
And it was something you wanted to do on your own, or was it a suggestion? Maybe someone put a battery behind your back, so to speak.
It was something I did for fun for a long time, and then my dog Mundo, he put the battery with me. He came like, man, Moo, I need you to, you feel me, get on this shit with me, cause he made beats, you feel me, and he was the first one out of all of us really to like start smashing on that shit, taking it seriously, really applying pressure, and he was like telling me, bro, I need you to do it, and he started seeing results, you feel me, he started producing, songs with 2 Chainz, Bankroll Fresh, and we like, damn, he doing this shit, you feel me? So that kind of made me like, well, not kind of, that's what made me be like, oh yeah, I can really do this shit and start stepping up.
Do you remember how you met Mondo?
Yeah, I met Mundo in 6th grade, man. Cafeteria. Nigga was slick hating on me. Yeah, man. But yeah, he pushed up on me, man. His little partner who went to another little school, she was choosing and shit, and he like, man, who is this nigga she talking about? So him and one of my other old partners, like, they pushed up on me, like, just seeing what I was about and shit. We were cooling, but we ended up being on the same basketball team and shit. And then I moved from Stone Mountain to Rockdale and shit. And then a year later after that, he ended up moving, being my next door neighbor, like, right there. So we were back, and ever since then, it just been up, you feel me?
When he became your next door neighbor, was that a coincidence, or was that something you were trying
No, that was a coincidence. Like, he just hit me up, like, bro, I think I'm, like, stating it. Like, he said he seen me outside that motherfucker, like, I went out there doing something in the yard, like, you feel me, doing some yard work shit, like, and yeah.
How many houses? Go ahead.
I was about to say, yeah, and then I had went knocking on folks' doors, like trying to see, cause I'm like, damn, my boy over here, cause when I first moved out there, I was like, boy, I ain't had no really friends like that, you feel me? So I'm like, damn, what my folks said. But yeah, we went from there.
How many houses down did he stay from you?
1. Yeah, 1 house down.
And is this Mondo to the side of us?
Nah, this cuz.
Ah.
This cuz right here to the side. Mm-hmm.
One of the cousins you mentioned in this interview?
Nah.
Okay. And biological cousin, or you're just using the phrase cousin?
Biological.
Okay. Mother, same I mean, on your mother's side or father's side, excuse me?
My dad's side.
As far as your music, have you found your sound yet?
Yeah, I believe so. but it's still elevating, you know what I'm saying? But I know where I'm going with it, though.
Are you able to describe it thus far? Maybe somebody watching this interview, getting to know you for the very first time and has not heard any of your music yet.
Um, it's a lot of flavor. You feel me? Still pay, still straight style. That's all I could really tell them. High energy and it versatile. I'm gonna give you a couple different styles, but that's pretty much the way I could describe it. Like, I'm gonna tell them it's something they ain't heard before, for real. That's what I'll tell you.
Now, for time reference, it's July 2021. At this point, are you a full-time recording artist?
Yeah. Yep.
How long would you say you've been a full-time recording artist for? Rough estimate.
Going on like under a year, like, you feel me? 9 months maybe, like that. Still fresh in it.
You end up signing a recording contract.
Yeah. Well, somewhat, yeah.
Explain.
I did a partnership with Authentic Empire, and so what we negotiated was somewhat, yeah, a recording contract, I guess you could say like that, yeah, in a nutshell.
You ever signed a recording?
Distribution in a way, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever signed a recording contract before?
Before that, nah.
You been offered?
Yeah.
Prior to the Authentic situation?
A distribution deal, yeah.
And why didn't you end up going with that and going with Authentic?
They weren't talking about no money. And I felt like I needed to be funded. I felt like I had something already brought to the table. I really had sat down with a couple different labels, before I had got with them. I sat down with some major labels, but nobody was really talking about shit that I wanted to hear, you feel me?
How did the Authentic Empire situation happen?
Boom, man, he had reached out, feel me? We had linked up a couple times, we had already bumped into each other a couple times over time, but me, him, my dog Red Push, we linked up a couple times and really was discussing, working together. And I felt like he believed in my vision and, the team vision that I already was with. So it really went from there. You feel me?
You're not biologically related to anyone on Authentic Empire?
No. Nope.
Now, what do you think attracted them to you? Was it, I'll give you a couple options here. Was it your talent? Was it a song at the time? Did you have a local or regional buzz at the time? Or had you gone viral?
I had a song called Hittin, you feel me, that I was pushing. And I pushed that song for some years, you feel me, before I had redropped it. But so I had this song called Hittin. It was going in Atlanta. Atlanta, they was knowing about it, going for a couple years. That's kind of what, how we came together. So, how you said, what we discussed, we knew our rip. We wanted to drop a Hittin remix immediately. Me and Boom, we chopping up. But before I even sign anything, we this is the plan. This is what we about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I had, a small buzz, I would say. Small. Really wasn't even out the city of Atlanta at all, really. Barely.
Care to share who you were in contact with label-wise, but just they weren't end up talking about anything?
Throughout that process, so when I dropped it, I sat down with L.A. Reid. I sat down, I went to Interscope, some other branches of Sony, things like that, you feel me? And then some independent people as well, so yeah.
Do you remember when you actually signed?
Yeah.
With Authentic?
Yeah, I do.
The month or the year?
It was July of last year.
2020?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, I asked you initially in this interview, are you a full-time recording artist?
Mm-hmm.
And you said you are.
Yeah.
Did you become a full-time recording artist prior to signing or after signing?
All right, so when you say full-time, you just mean
Like it's your full-time job.
after. It became my full time after. I was treating it, I was giving it my all, you feel me, before, but like when I didn't have to like do nothing else, I could eat off of music after. Yeah. I had a couple shows here and there before then, but it was no, like, you feel me? It wasn't like that.
What's it like being a part of Authentic Empire?
It's like damn near like having a major behind you, but it's like they fully backing me. You feel me? They believe in me strong, like the backing. Plus, I got my team still paid, still straight. You feel me? We working already, but then it's like I got a machine behind me as well. You know what I'm saying? So
And for full disclosure, a rep at Authentic helped set this interview up.
okay, cool. 100, yeah.
In this amount of time, you've been a full-time recording artist, which was after you have an agreement with Authentic Empire. Ever felt like quitting?
Since I've been full time?
Yes.
No. Nope, I love it. I'm turning this shit up more.
Risk versus reward. What's the biggest risk you took for your music career?
Shit, all them penitentiary risks I took trying to goddamn stay afloat and fund this shit. All them risks.
Is that something you've mentioned in your music?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Were those chances that you took, was that risk that you took worth it?
Yeah, for sure.
And why do you say that?
'Cause it's like play a lot of part of like what made me and the person I am now today, you feel me? I wouldn't want to have to do it no other way. Like, and it helped me get ready for like really getting more money. Like, I wasn't the type, like I had touched money before and shit before this. So I felt like all that, and then I went broke and went up and went broke, you feel me? I felt like all that shit got me right for now. You know what I'm saying? To handle all this shit the right way.
Proudest accomplishment so far in your music career?
Really like just how going big with this song that I dropped here, like we got over 50 million on YouTube. Feel me? Like we went top 15 on the urban radio. Like just all that really in a whole is my proudest so far, you know, making that, and my right hand man made the beat. So you feel me? That's like make me extra proud that we really took it there. Feel me? I pushed that song since January 2017. So
And who is the producer you're referencing here?
Mondo. Y'all. Hardest producer ever, man. Mondo, y'all go get some of them heat, man. Some of them beats.
And has this accomplishment been fulfilling for you?
Yeah, for sure. And it make me more hungry, you know what I'm saying?
On the opposite end of the spectrum, biggest failure so far in your music career? Biggest flop or disappointment you've experienced so far?
I can't really say the biggest failure because all them times, like maybe when shit didn't go the way I wanted, I just felt like I learned something from it. I still took it. I don't feel like nothing was a failure. All the different times we invested and all the different plans we tried, like none of it feel like a failure to me, whether it did what I wanted it to do or not. I feel like everything went towards, you know, getting to where I'm at and where I'm going. So ain't no failure really. Ain't no loss, it's a lesson.
What do you think the biggest lesson you learned was then?
In the music industry,
So far in your music career?
I feel like don't be so judgmental of yourself and critique yourself so hard, like, and just remember to have fun. Like, that's what I say the biggest lesson. Remember to like keep the feeling of why you began doing it, like that love that got you into it. Like, remember to always keep that so you can, you know, feel good about what you're doing.
When it comes to tactics, method, strategy, single best thing you've done for your music career?
Getting out in the field, like for me, like getting out, going to all these clubs and events and stuff before it went up before I signed and all that. Like, I think that was the best thing I could have did because before then, I really did not know nobody like that. Like, I'm a real, like, to myself type person, you feel me? I just be with the game. I ain't trying to kick it like that. But that opened me to, like, I learned so much, you feel me? I met so many people, and I got to see, like, it wasn't, like, nothing that I thought it was, the whole, like, how this shit go, you feel me? So I think that was the best thing. Getting the network, meet people, get that information and knowledge, you feel me?
You have an Authentic Empire chain on today.
Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker.
Do you remember when you got it?
Yeah, I got it. The day when I signed it. Yeah.
And how were you given that chain?
Shit, like in a package, like in a box, like, you know what I'm saying? Like chain with the rope. I switched the rope though when it got to Cuban, you feel me? VVL, I had to do it. But, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Was it a surprise or you knew this was coming?
I knew it was coming, but I ain't know when, you feel me? Like, but I knew I was gonna get one, yeah.
That was something that was talked about previous to signing?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
SP, what does that stand for?
Still paid, man. Still paid, still straight.
Is that something that you came up with or someone coined?
That is something that we came up with, my folks, you feel me? My dog Mondo, my dog Lingo, you know what I'm saying? It's the gang, the family, all that, the label.
And what's the meaning behind that phrase there?
Still paid, like, we still paid, like, forever, you feel me? No matter what we going through, like, we still pay, we still up.
You also mentioned Red Push in this interview.
Yeah.
How did you two meet?
I met Red Push, my dog. I met him in the club in 1145. I met him at 1145. My song went up in there one night, like, and they ran it back like 4, 5 times in a row, like in the club and shit. And niggas was like, bro, who is this and shit like that? And he like, bro, what's up, Hootie? And we just kind of went from there. And he pulled up at my spot like the next day, like he want to work and shit. And I'm like, man, I gotta see what this nigga about type shit, you feel me? Like, but hell yeah, that's my dog. We been rocking ever since then, bro. Like, he held his word. Like, and we been going, that's my boy.
What role does he play?
That's my manager. Red Push is my manager. Like, and he been with me for years now, you feel me? So, since 2017.
And was that one of those, was that a reference, you meeting him in the club, was that one of those references that you had mentioned in this interview where you was like, you know, before signing with someone like Authentic Empire, you were out there shaking hands and
Facts.
that sort of thing?
Facts. That's exactly what I mean. Like, yeah. Because that played a pivotal part. Like, me and Red, like, I think it was the next day. Like, after that day, the next day, my dog, Fly Guy DC, Ferrari Simmons, they played me on the radio, 94.5, you feel me? I'm calling my mama and them, like, I'm finna be on the radio. We done went, me and Red, we went to 94.5, we went to 107.9, pushed up on Stewie Rock, my dog, you feel me? Red introduced me to all these folks. But like I say, I don't know nobody at this point, at this time like that. Just a few DJs in the strip club, you know, shit like that. But like, yeah, shit like that came from going to them clubs and pushing up and shit like that.